today.
Well, congratulations to Indiana. They had a very successful game plan and got the goals that they need to win the game. Wish them the best of luck in the next round. I don't think we ever found our form today. The energy, competitiveness that we needed to play, the timing, everything was just a bit off. Certainly the first goal hurt us, but the second goal killed us. So it was a really tough hole for us to climb out of.
Just a reminder to those on Zoom, just raise a hand. We will call on you as well as those in the room. So questions for the student athletes in the room. Front row.
Jackson, I hate to ask you about this, but I mean, this pretty much concludes your long career here at Pitt. What are some of the thoughts and feelings you experienced when the clock hit 000 tonight?
I don't think it's really set in just yet. I think it's the first time in my life where it's not certain that I'm going to have another soccer game. I think that's pretty hard to swallow. But I'm proud of the effort from the guys. Tonight wasn't our night, but I want to see them. The guys have been here a long time. I think we're all proud of ourselves, and I think we're going to look back on this, maybe not tonight, maybe not next week, but in the future we'll look back on it and remember some of the best times we've had.
Front row here.
Valentin, what made Indiana so tough to score on tonight? You had that really good chance in the 75th minute when you crossed that ball to Jacques in the box, but it seemed like Harms in their back four really kept you guys at bay for most of the game.
Well, Indiana were kind of like main marking, so our plan was try to move out each other. But as coach said, we didn't really find our form. We didn't really create chances. We were not really dangerous. So that's why we lost that game and didn't create any chances.
More questions? Okay.
Jackson, I saw you embracing Rodrigo at the end of the game. You guys have been here for the last 5 years. You've been best friends for that time too. Just tell me what it means to be able to share this Pitt career with someone like Rodrigo.
Yeah, it means everything. And it stretches more than 5 years. We went to high school together, so it's closer to 8 now. Yeah, I miss seeing him every day. He's also my roommate. So, our lease ends next week or 2 weeks from now, so it's going to be a weird transition. But yeah, it means everything to have a teammate like that and a best friend like that.
Front row again.
Yeah, question for both of you guys. I mean, as veteran players, it wasn't long ago when there weren't a lot of athletic programs at all at Pitt that could reach a national semifinal. And you guys have helped lead this team here twice now in 3 seasons. And Jackson, you already kind of mentioned it a little bit, but how long will it take for you guys to really appreciate what your team's accomplished in your time here?
I think it's going to take a little while to swallow. But I think the fruits of our labor are really going to be felt next year and the year after when we're looking on as alumni and we're seeing the younger guys succeed and the next generation succeed. I think at Pitt, when Heather came in, Jay came in, the standard they set, the culture they created, I think that's going to live on for a long time. I did the same press conference 2 years ago in the same loss. And I said Pitt soccer was here to stay, and I think we proved that. And I think long after we leave, the program's still going to be solid. And we're still going to be winning games.
Front row.
I guess for either of you, do you see the season as a success? I know it's a really tough loss tonight, but do you see the season as a success for the program and the team going forward?
Well, bringing the team back the second time in College Cup is successful, but as you know, we're competitors and we want to win. We want to win it all. That's the plan that we set up in summer when we all start. So as Jackson said, it's going to be hard to swallow. We're proud of the effort, but we know we had more in the bag. So yeah, a lot of frustration.
Any other questions in the room or on Zoom? Seeing none, to the student athletes, congratulations on a great season. Thank you.
Thank you guys for having us.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Coach, we'll take some questions from in the room. In the back, second. No, go ahead, you're good.
Okay. I wanted to ask you about Herb Endeley. He scored the game winner, a couple times against you. Tonight he threw the foul. Can you talk about how you defended him and not really issues, but just what he's caused you in the last few matches?
It's caused me a lot of pain with goals. Certainly he stepped up on that tonight. I think it was good he took advantage of an opportunity that we screwed up. So he didn't play, so hats off to him. He got the job done.
Front row here, did you have one?
Yeah.
go ahead.
You said in the press conference earlier in the week that this isn't the same Indiana team, but do you see any sort of parallels between the game in 21 and the game today in terms of Indiana defensively or anything like that?
That's why they have less stars on their chest. They're fantastic at box marking. Their marking, their individual defending is fantastic. They know how to capitalize on opportunities, and they're a very organized team. So yeah, it stayed the same for them.
Front row.
Jay, your players had a chance to talk about it, but I mean, what were they doing defensively that limited your chances in scoring tonight?
One was, maybe it was part of a couple of things. One is they put enough pressure on us that the guys on the ball who are, used to having the ball and making some things happen, had their heads down a little bit lower. So now their vision and their ability to play forward and the distance and the ability to break lines was less. That there, and then we weren't able to find runs. Now the reactions of our players were coming back to the ball, which made it very easy for them to put more pressure and win the ball. So their one-on-one battles, they were fantastic. That their center backs were jumping in on it, their wing backs went into one-on-one duels. So they just, they made it very, very difficult to play. And when we did break it, when we did break the pressure and we found spaces, the next phase wasn't on. We didn't push and find the next phase of getting into the attack. So the timing of the runs were off, or the pass was off. So I think that's what it was. They very hard to the ball. We made it a little bit easier because we played in front of them, and that was a problem.
Good row.
Coach, you talked about, or the players talked about the success that this program has brought and what they've brought to the team. Just kind of talk from your perspective what you've seen with this team and how they've grown and how the future will continue.
Wow, I'm not sure if I have enough time. But yeah, for sure. When you look at a Jackson Walti who came on in as a walk-on and was developed. I mean, I was just trying to figure out that he's captained our team for 4 years. You see him go on up and what he's done. He's just earned himself a master's degree in engineering. It's going to be hard thinking about not training with him. Val, same his qualities. Just broke on the team. He just helped turn us and take the next step. They both helped us get into our first NCAA tournament since 1963. So there and what they've done and what they've meant to us, I'm not over it. It hasn't hit me, and really going to miss the next 2 days of practice with them, an opportunity to compete again. The pride in this team. We didn't do plan A this year. We made it really damn difficult for ourselves. We played against some really good teams who challenged us all the time, and we didn't always have success, but the guys kept growing from it. And that's where I think what was really sad about tonight is I don't think they did themselves service in terms of the mental strength and concentration and focus. The confidence that they had gained through all their experiences and how they've grown, I didn't see enough of it tonight. So, but what they've done this year and just persevered and made it into the tournament, and then what they did by playing some very good teams with Cleveland State, Akron's, and did most of it on the road before last weekend, and then to make it here was tremendously proud of them. And as we haven't had a chance to reflect, it's too early for the eulogy right now.
Thank you.
Front row.
Not enough. I'm not great with words, and basically thank you, and I wish we could be together again.
Time for one more. In the room or on Zoom? Seeing none, thank you, Coach.
Thank you.